back at Hooton Park in Ellesmere Port for round 3 of the Northern Karting Federation Championship. 3 classes coming your way today. We're starting with the Iame Cadet drivers from 8 years of age. The grid looks like this. Ben Follen's on pole with James Ollier alongside from Holtby, Earl Billington. Charlie Pritchard's got the onboard camera on, and he's followed by Pearson Bullock Carter, Ben Cordingley, James Robertson, Joe Lewis, Danny Bonner, Taylor Dixon, Joseph Murphy, Charlie Smith, and rounding out the grid, Finn Leslie. Straight into the action on board with Charlie Pritchard. It's Joel Billington on 25, made a place up. Levi Earl on the 14 on the left, the man from Workington. Where's the 54? There he is. That's James Ollier. He started P2 down to P5. Charlie Smith spins himself out at the back of the field. It's a long way back from there. The 16 now is in front of us. Ben Cordingley. And just like that, Charlie Pritchard's gone from P6 and he's now down to P7. It looked like it was a reasonable start at the beginning. Terrible start for the 54 car, but he's starting to recover now, back to 4th place. That was Jay Holtby picked out, by the way. He's the new championship leader. The championship leader coming into the round, Ted Bradbury, has not turned up this weekend. We don't know why, but it looks like we're going to have a new championship leader at the end of the day. That's Pritchard down the inside. Has he made that stick? Oh, contact with Cordingley. Charlie Pritchard was down the inside, a little bit of contact between them. We'll have another look at it. Got a couple of angles. 54 Ollier up the inside for 3rd. That's Follen down front, still leading it from Jay Holtby. And James Ollier, who started 2nd, didn't get the best of starts, was well down in, I think, 5th place, but back to 3rd now. Here's a replay. So we're on board. Now that looks like he's tagged the rear end. But let's have a look at this angle. Now the marshal is off to the right-hand side, and the marshal may believe Charlie Pritchard was far enough alongside that the man on the outside should have seen him. It is under investigation, contact between car 24 and 16. But if the marshal thinks he was far enough alongside, they may feel that the man on the outside should have given him room. Weather update, winds gusting to 30. Here comes Ollier up the inside. Ollier goes through to 2nd. Going with him is the 25 kart of Joel Billington, and that drops Jay Holtby, the championship leader, as is now, down to 4th place. And in behind him, the 14 kart of Levi Earl, as the rest of the karts come towards us. Accordingly, went through the line in 14th place, but he's made 1 place back at least on Joseph Murphy, back to 13th. Contact between kart 24 and 16. Racing incident. No further action being taken by the officials. Ben Follen is the race leader, the Stafford man. James Ollier, the local man. He's the only driver, by the way, on a right Vulcan chassis as the 26 makes a move. That's Finn Leslie. Started at the back of the field, 15th, but he's up to 10th through turn 1. Follen leads it then from Ollier, Billington, Holtby, Earl, Pritchard. They're the top 6. Then Pearson Bullock Carter on the 75. He's having a private battle with Joe Lewis on the 12, coming towards us right now. The 13 is James Robertson, and he's followed by Finn Leslie. And the 66 of Danny Bonner. There are 3 of them, Robertson, Leslie and Bonner, going through the double apex. We're up in the S's. That's the 75 of Pearson Bullock Carter, man from Leyland in Lancashire, rookie season. Only started racing in February this year. He's followed by Joe Lewis, the man from Rawcliffe. They're battling over 7th and 8th respectively. There they are going through turn 1. That's 26. The man from Wakefield started P15. Finn Leslie on the move. 5-kart train about to become a 6-kart train. Follen, Ollier, Billington, Holtby, Earl and Pritchard are the carriages in that one. Danny Bonner, the man on the 66 kart from Macclesfield, just made a place up into P10 through turn 2. It's another place being made up. That's the 14 of Levi Earl. We're on board here with Charlie Pritchard up the inside for a spot past Billington into the S's. Lovely clean move through the final turn. That's Levi Earl in front of us on the 14 kart. Now, can Pritchard get the run on him? I don't think he's close enough to have a look through turn 1. Follen from Ollier, Holtby, Earl, Pritchard. Pritchard's got the onboard camera on, and that's the 25. Billington just in behind him, trying to recover. We're on board with Charlie Pritchard up the inside of Levi Earl. Levi looks left. Should be looking right if he's looking behind him at all, which of course he shouldn't be, and that could cost him 2 places. Is he going to hold on? He does. He keeps his foot in. The 25 kart, Joel Billington, unable to get by. They come through the double apex, and is Billington on the 25. Behind the 14 of Earl. In behind them, we've got the 7th and 8th place battle. Still Pearson Bullock Carter battling with Joe Lewis. No change there. Still 7th and 8th. The leaders go through the line. Ollie has closed the lead now down to 0.4 of a second. It was 0.6, and Follen's about to come under pressure. So they went through the line. Follen, Ollier, Holtby, Pritchard, Levi Earl and Joel Billington. Pritchard up to 4th now. He had a miserable start by his standards, but he's getting it back together in fourth and looking for third, right on the back of Jay Holtby, who of course is the championship leader as things stand in the NKF Championship. That's Robertson up the inside. That's the battle for 10th place. Robinson and alongside Danny Bonner, they come towards us. Robertson's got the inside line for the left-hander and he'll hold on to that. In behind them was Taylor Dixon, the Maryport man. This is the battle for the lead. It's getting very spicy. The absolute specialist on this track is James Ollier, and Ben Folland on the 82's led from the start. Is he going to lead it from lights to flag? I'm not sure he is. Ollier, the only man in the race on the right Vulcan chassis and doing it proud. That's Jay Holtby, the NKF Championship leader. Charlie Pritchard looking up the inside and takes third place. Final spot on the podium is now Pritchard's, and he's got the championship leader Holtby in behind him, gives him the push signal, why wouldn't you? And then in behind them is the 14 of Levi Earl. 25, can't go through the shot, Joel Billington. I'm not sure what's happened to Joe Lewis. Pearson Bullock Carter is now all on his own in 7th place. This is the battle for the lead. They've got a back marker in front, so this is going to be an interesting dynamic. The back marker actually is Joseph Murphy on the 88. He's the leading novice after the early collision with Charlie Smith. That's the battle for 10th place. Robinson just ahead of Danny Bonner. Here come the leaders towards us. They're ahead now of Joseph Murphy on the 88 kart, the novice. My son was lapped in his very first novice race. He came off the track and said, "I'll never be as fast as those fast boys." First race off novice plates, front row of the Gold Cup with 45 on the grid, and we were alongside that day somebody you might know, Oliver Rowland. Keep believing, Joseph Murphy, because you'll get there in the end. We're looking at this battle for third now. What a great battle it is. Charlie Pritchard with Holtby in behind and Levi Earl behind Holtby. That's a close battle, but none more so than the leaders. Now Ollier's not got past yet. That's a little bit of a surprise. That white line on the right-hand side of the track there. Going to have a look at that a little bit later. Here comes Ollier for the lead. Up the inside, has a look, but he's just window shopping. He's not actually at the sales, he's just having a look. If you want to win the race though, you've got to go shopping and you've got to buy something in the end. If you want to find out more about karting, your local kart club and circuit, check out the Association of British Kart Clubs website at abkc.org.uk to find your local club and local track. There will be one near you. Ben Folland has led this race from the start, but there's nobody more experienced around this track with 4 to go than the man in behind him, James Ollier. Pritchard, Holtby and Earl. That's Billington. Pearson Bullock Carter's got Finn Leslie all over the back of him now. Leslie started 15th, last of the 15 runners, but now up to 8th. And here comes Earl for 4th place, and Earl makes it stick. So the championship leader, Holtby, not having a great day for him. He would be hoping for something better than this, but he's just got to stick in there. He will still be the championship leader at the end of this round. Through the S's one more time. There'll be 3 to go. When they cross the line, is Ollier going to have an actual go for the lead? He's lost a kart length there. He's not going to be close enough through turn 1. Oh, all the way outside the white line. All 4 wheels exceeding the track limits. I'm going to have a look at that, probably catch up with that. I'm not going to have time in this race, but I'll have a look at that in the next race. 2.5 laps remaining. Bonner and Robertson. Bonner goes down the inside to get 9th place. Robertson now back to 10th. 3rd, 4th and 5th, Pritchard, Earl and Holtby. That's Billington, Leslie and Bullock Carter right in behind. Great effort by Finn Leslie today. He's effectively made up half the field. 16 accordingly, recovering after that early collision through turn 143 was Taylor Dixon. We are at the absolute business end. There's 2 laps to go as they go through the line. And James Ollier, you're running out of time. You need to make the move on this lap. You don't want to leave it to the last lap when Folland, who knows you're there, is going to be defending for his life. He's not defending at the moment up to a hairpin. That's one of the best overtaking opportunities, the best overtaking opportunities, I'll say, on the circuit. He didn't defend it, didn't need to. Finn Leslie looking up the inside of the 25. Joel Billington couldn't make it work. Billington still ahead of him to come down through the double apex. This is a battle for 3rd place. The man carrying the onboard camera, only seeing empty track at the moment, nothing more than that. We're coming through the final turn for the penultimate time. They'll get the last lap board. There's a starter on the left-hand side. And now Ben Folland, who's led from the start. Don't give it up now, Ben. Defend for your life on the last lap. The cameras are out and you can show this video to your grandkids in 40 years and bore them silly with how great you were. Ollie has set the fastest lap, but he's not got track position. He's looking for the switchback. James Ollier with a nose cone just in front, but he's on the outside line. Folland takes the inside line. He's still retained the lead through the double apex. He'll go narrow up, will he, to the S's? He doesn't actually go narrow to the S's, but he's got the lead through the S's into the final turn. Ben Folland has led this race pretty much from the start, apart from about half a second when Ollie had just got his nose ahead down to the double apex, but it was too little too late. In third place, it is Charlie Pritchard from Levi Earl in fourth, Colby in fifth. Billington holds on for sixth place from Finn Leslie and Bullock Carter. Then comes Ben Cordingley, who recovers to ninth after his early off through turn one. He's followed in the top 10 by Danny Bonner. Outside the top 10 was James Robertson, Taylor Dixon, Joseph Murphy, the leading novice from Charlie Smith. Joe Lewis went out of the race on lap 7. We never saw what happened. But the championship points in Iame Cadet look like this, with Jay Holtby taking the championship lead and a comfortable one to round 4. Joel Billington in second, Pearson Bullock Carter third. But this championship, like all other NKF championships, will go to the wire. More stories will be told and more chapters will be written before the end of the season.